r/askreddit. What is an important piece of advice you can give for those moving into the real world?
Just because you have the money to buy something doesn't mean that you can afford it.
My favorite quote for this is, if you can't buy it twice, then you can't afford it.
I think this is fine advice for everyday purchases, but when I buy a house, I'm not looking at whether I could buy two of them.
Be very careful of being dragged into any sort of workplace drama/politics. That friendly coworker who is dishing you all the dirt as you learn the ropes is looking for allies. You have no obligation to hang out with these people in a social setting.
Just wanted to add, they aren't just looking for allies. They're looking for ammunition. They are sweet and friendly to your face, but I can already tell you the minute you're out of earshot, they are speaking the same way about you. And it is absolutely not worth it.
Have a budget and stick to it. Know the difference between wanting something and needing something. Don't forget to add a treat yourself line in the budget. Don't focus on what other people have/do. Stay in your lane and focused on you and yours. Get a cast iron skillet.
Have a budget and stick to it. There are a million tools and apps to help. No answer works for everybody. Start small, I'm going to save $50 this month, and work up from there. And don't forget to add a treat yourself line in the budget. Also try to know yourself better. It's entirely possible that you'll get more enjoyment out of a cleaning service for a year instead of that new TV. Don't focus on what other people have/do. Except if you can learn from them. Learn from anybody you can. You stay in your lane and focused on you and yours. To go further, make sure your house is in order. Make sure your house is in order, meaning that all your crap accounted for, processed, managed, or whatever before worrying about somebody else, especially at work.
Look after your teeth because they are expensive to fix. Toothpaste, a good toothbrush, and dental floss are cheap, so use them well. Look after your crop.
With the teeth thing, if you're moving forward in the real world with young kids/babies, make sure they get into good habits with their teeth hygiene. P's. I know this cues my parents didn't give a care in the world. Now I'm paying for it. /feels bad. Pegs feels bad.
Going point actually, get your kids into good habits early, apart from the future costs. There is also the social factor. I know people who won't smile fully because they are embarrassed about their teeth. They can't laugh with abandon or express joy because their confidence is affected. That's really not fair. P's. I'm sorry you have to pay so much to correct that. All the best to you.
Even though money goes in and out of your account automatically doesn't mean you never have to look at your bank account. Just a quick daily check of your balance and spendings will keep you out of a lot of troubles.
I'm guilty of this, LOL. I spend a crap ton and then become too scared to check my statement.
I have a very simple Excel sheet I've made with my checking account, savings, and...
Don't just react to things. Think critically. Take a few seconds to analyze situations and come up with conclusions. Always be self-aware and never let people use your emotions against you.
This is just good advice in general.
When furnishing your home with stuff you find on the side of the road, it's fine to take hard things, tables, art, etc., but never pick up soft things, upholstered chairs, carpets.
Just for the uninformed. Bedbugs.
Another for the uninformed. If you have a bedbug problem or live in a place where bedbugs can be a problem, pick up a bag of diatomic, Aus Earth. Put it around the edges of your carpet and rub it into the fabric of your mattress. Bedbugs like cardboard and can hibernate for months, so dust your storage too. It's a white powder made of ground seashells. It's powder, so there's a respiratory warning, but it's non-toxic. The bugs walk through it and carry it back to their nests. They're small enough that the tiny sharp particles get in between their scales, dehydrating and shredding their internal goo. It's a slower process than bug bombing, but it's a more effective long-term solution. Source: Denver bus rider.
If you're unhappy with your job, put tons of effort into finding a new one as soon as possible. Also learn to recognize toxic work environments. I once saw a guy quit his job in under 4 hours, just noped right out.
The real world is actually really small. Be careful of burning bridges because you'd be surprised how easy it is to run into someone years and years after you last saw them.
My mom made my preschool teacher cry, and now 10 years later she works with her. She says it's really awkward.
A wise old man once told me, if you fight with somebody you might as well marry them, because you're bound to see that fucker every damn day after the fight happens.
When I was in uni, I was super stressed. People would always say to me, if you're this stressed now, wait until you get out into the real world. I've been out in the real world for 2 decades now, and it's been so much easier than unit. Go out there and enjoy post-uni life.
It's like when adults will say, enjoy these years, they're the best of your life. Effing hope not.
They aren't. I was told that constantly as a child. Being an adult is so effing easy. Literally all you have to do is work 40 hours a week and pay your bills. All of the rest of your time belongs to you instead of someone else. Children have to work twice as hard and twice as long as adults, and then don't even have their own agency. I was completely miserable as a child, as long as I can remember, until I moved out of my parents' house and got my own place. I've been actually happy since that point, which I legitimately believed would never happen because I was constantly told crap like that. Certain people can only feel better about themselves by putting someone else down, and some of those people have children that they subject to that worse than anyone else. It gets so much easier.
Consistently live vid below your means, save and invest the difference.
Not everyone is going to like you regardless of what you do. Trust your gut instinct. It's called that for a reason. Take no crap, but do no harm. Meaning, don't be a D, but put people in their place when necessary.
Not everyone is going to like you regardless of what you do. Yes, this is so true. You try to be friendly and polite with everyone you meet. Some will dislike you for being too friendly. Are you knowledgeable about a certain topic and like to share that knowledge? Some will call you pretentious. Do you like helping people whenever they have problems? Some will think you are only doing it in order to get favors from them.
I recently got a guy to hate me in a class because I was trying to help out my classmates, and he assumed I was just trying to stroke my own ego or something. Can't win them, all right?
Legal and illegal are not the same as right and wrong. Don't expect things to work out in your favor just because you did the right thing. There is no invisible hand that punishes the bad and rewards the good.
Don't waste your time worrying if you can help it. It just drags you down and makes you weaker. Hit the gym when you can. Boy, will it make you feel better. And smile. Make a conscious effort to smiling more. It'll be reciprocated, and it will make you feel good.
What a coincidence. I have just started going to the gym recently with one of my close friends. He says he won't be free on the day we usually go on for a month or so due to school. I considered not going at all TBH since I'm new to the gym and I'm constantly worried about many things. After reading this comment, I made up my mind to go alone this week. Thank you.
There will be someone who will hate your guts for no particular reason, even if you are friendly with them, or even more so. It will not be your fault.
Agreed. Also, something I've been learning in the last couple of years, and it's taken me until my late 20s/early 30s, is that some people are literally just horrible, toxic, whatever, and that's what they are. And not a thing you do or say will change that. Don't waste the energy.
If something is too good to be true, it probably is. People will try to take advantage of you, and you'll probably fall for it sometimes. It's how you learn. Don't be too down on yourself. Just learn from it and move on.
Trusting your gut instincts is important as well. There are just some situations where you know something's not right. You don't have to know how to do everything. Knowing how to learn and being willing to put the effort into learning it is more important than knowing anyone's skill. Your attitude is more important than aptitude. An employer can teach you the specific skills needed, but if you aren't a person that people want to be around, then why would they bother?
Familiarize yourself with your region's Landlord/Tenancy Act. Know your right and what's expected of you in terms or rent and damage/security deposits. I used to rent out rooms in my house. I tried researching the laws in my area, and the sources I found were surprisingly fragmented, all focused on one aspect: pets, lead paint, asbestos, etc. I really appreciated when someone, even a tenant, was able to point me to a regulation I needed to be aware of. So I guess what I'm saying is, if I wasn't aware of certain laws in my area after doing research, there are many who won't know or won't care. Protect yourself from being taken advantage of